A budget-friendly watercolor that claims to be artist grade. So this Lightwish artist grade watercolors 24 color set offers a vivid, vibrant color, mainly single pigments for clean mixing, and comes with a portable tin with a high quality brush. But well, does it actually deliver? Lightwish sent me the set to try out, but just like everything I review, you're getting my full honest thoughts, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Looking really nice. I quite like the design, very classy. Just comes with a lilac and gold accent, and then there's all this information about where you can find them. Here are the representative in UK, in Europe. Like this is from Shenzhen, right? Guangdong, China. So let's just open this up. Oh, it is like a kind of a metal tin palette. Okay, so it's kind of standard. It also has this like kind of a ring that many of the metal tin palette has. So it has about 5 wells on one side, more smaller wells on the other side. And then it comes with a swatch card, right? It says Lightwish, artist grade watercolor 24. Here are all the colors. So I'm quite happy they actually included the pigment name, the pigments used, light fastness, transparency. For me, paint makers who are, I would consider more pro, would list down like pigment information for paints that they make. So this is good because I sign that they might be artist grade. And then you have the pigments over here, and can you see they actually very nicely put them together with a kind of a very professional looking stickers, print of the swatch. They even print the name and the color number over here. So surprised they even included like a brush. So this is your quill brush. I'm not sure what it is made of, but it feels really light to hold. Right out of the tin, it is a nice compact set. There's 24 colors, and they are supposed to be mainly single pigments, and it even comes with a brush over here. So this set is designed to be portable, and I think it really is, right? Can you see? I think it can very easily fit into a kind of a sketching bag. But my question is, how do these colors paint? Without further ado, let the swatching begin. The first color is Permanent Lemon Yellow, PY3. I'm using the quill brush that comes together with the set to do the swatching. This color is 7 on the light fastness, and it's supposed to be a semi-transparent color. Okay, very bright, as you can see. I quite like that the tip of the brush come together in a very fine point. Okay. So the next color is called Cadmium Yellow Medium. So it's made from PY35, which is a cadmium yellow color pigment. And as you can see, it's 8 on the light fastness. It's supposed to be an opaque color. Next color here is Indian Yellow. Okay, so Indian Yellow is a single pigment. It is PY83, 7 on the light fastness scale, and it's a transparent color. Scarlet, PR123, 7 on the light fastness scale, okay, and it's supposed to be transparent color. You see how intense it is, how that color just kind of flows out. Here is called Cadmium Red, which is this one. So Cadmium Red is PR108, okay, very classic cadmium red color. It's 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's transparent. Interesting. The next color is Madder Red, PR177, 6 on the light fastness, and it's a semi-opaque color. Next color is Violet. Okay, it is PV19, and it's 7 on the light fastness scale, and it's a transparent color, very bright, very intense. Permanent Violet. Okay, so Permanent Violet is PV 23, okay, 7 on the light fastness scale, okay, and it is transparent. So the next color is Cobalt Blue. This one. Cobalt Blue is slightly less pigmented, but I guess it's because it's a that's how it is. So it's supposed to be PV28, 8 on a light fastness scale, and it's transparent. Okay, as you can see, very transparent. But the granulation does look pretty nice. Okay, the next color is indigo. Okay, so indigo is a mixture of 3 pigments: PB19, PBK6, and PB15. Okay, I think the color seemed a little bit I don't know how to describe. It's a 7 on light fastness, semi-opaque color. Okay, this next color has a very interesting name. It's called France Ultramarine. I think it means French Ultramarine, yeah. It is PB29. It's a common color. What I noticed from swatching this is I feel like the French Ultramarine is soft and muted. Like, it's not as strong as those I have seen. Like, it's definitely not the strongest, okay? But it has granulation. The next color is called Sea Blue. Okay, Sea Blue is PB15:3. Okay, it has 7 on the light fastness scale, and it's an opaque color. Interesting. Don't know why it's an opaque color, but it's written as an opaque color. It doesn't seem opaque to me. This color is called Prussian Blue. So Prussian Blue is PB27, all right, and it's 6 on the light fastness, or the lowest that we've seen, and it's a semi-transparent color. Okay, next we have this color, Payne's Grey. So Payne's Grey is a mixture of PB15, PB29, and PBK9. It has 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's a transparent color. Emerald Green Deep. So it has a spelling mistake, but we all know what it is. It's PG7 or phthalo green, as we know. Okay, has 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's a transparent color. Yeah, right. Hooker's Green Brilliant. No, it's Hooker's Green Brilliant. Okay, and it's PG17. It's quite a nice PG17, I think. It's more yellow. It has 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's a transparent color. Color is Tree Green, which is this one over here. It is made from PG36, PY12, PR101, and PW5. It seemed quite an interesting mixture. And it's 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's just a transparent color. Okay, so the next color is called Yellow Green. It is also a mixture of PG36 and PY74. It has 8 on the light fastness scale, and it is a semi-transparent color. Okay, the next color is Yellow Ochre, this one. And this is made from PY42. It is 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's an opaque color. Okay, so the next color is Umber. So Umber is made from a mixture. Okay, it's PR101 and PBR7. 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's a transparent color. Next color is Pozzoli Red Ochre. Okay, it's PR101. It has 8 on the light fastness scale, and it's an opaque color. Yeah, it's like a burnt. I think it's like a Indian red. Okay, reddish brown color. Okay, the next color is Burnt Sienna. Okay, normally we call it burnt, but they misspelled it. I think it's burnt. And then it writes on the packaging as PB7, but I think it means PBR7, yeah? So there's probably like kind of a misspell, misprint on the information. 8 on a light fastness scale, and it's supposed to be a transparent color. Next color is called Burnt Brown. Okay, again, burned. It's PBR 7, okay? No, I think it's your raw umber color. Again, it is 8 on the light fastness, and it is a transparent color. Then the last color that we have is this color called Ivory Black. It is PBR9. I think it's mistyped or misprinted as PBR9. I think it's supposed to be PBK9. Okay, so there's some misprints in this set. It has 8 on the light fastness scale, and it is a transparent color. So it's a transparent black color. So there you have it. I've done all the swatches, and right away you can see that there are some vibrancy in these colors. Some of these colors are so saturated and they are so bright, and many of them are single pigment, so it makes them great for mixing. So as you can see, they are pretty transparent. It's really great for layering if you want to do that. There are some very nice granulating colors, like the cobalt blue over here, the ultramarine blue, Hooker's green brilliant, granulate. The tree green does kind of granulate, and also most of these like brown, like I think especially the burnt sienna, the burnt brown, they do granulate quite well, and even the ivory black is quite granulating. So regarding the choice of colors picked for this palette, I would say that these colors are fairly common choices, but some of them are not very light fast, like this one, the PY83. And then amongst the red, I think cadmium red is quite a common, quite standard, but I've not seen 123 very much. It's not very common, 123. And I think most of the time we will actually use like a PB19 or something like that. And these two colors doesn't seem very different, okay? And regarding the violet, I guess it's fairly common standard colors. And for the blues, as I said, I already point out indigo looks is a bit strange. This is Daniel Smith's indigo, which is what I know of indigo. It's kind of a very dark midnight blue color. But the indigo on Lightwish is kind of a phthalo blue color, like phthalo blue green shade. Other than that, the blues are quite standard. Okay, green is fairly standard. PG7 is fairly standard. The Hooker's green and the tree green and the yellow green seem like these two colors seem to be not so standard colors, especially the tree green doesn't seem like there's actually 4 colors, and there's a PW, like a pigment white, so I don't know why there's a pigment white added to it. Yellow green is fairly standard, and these colors are fairly standard as well, like the earth tones are professional grade choice colors. Payne's grey is also very interesting because I felt like the Payne's grey on the Lightwish kind of looked like indigo, and the Payne's grey on Daniel Smith is more granulating, and it's kind of really the grey, the neutralized color that we usually are familiar with. They use many industry standard pigments, which is great to see, but they also incorporate some budget-friendly alternatives, which kind of sets them apart from the professional grade brands. So this mix of high and low cost choices can give the set a good price point, but it also means that some color formulation do not align with what we typically expect. Like for example, the indigo and the Payne's grey are made from unexpected pigment combination. So the hue may look different from those tones that we are used to in the pro lines. So it's worth checking out pigment information if you wish to match similar or familiar mixes.
Now that we've tested the swatches, it's time to see how these colors perform in an actual painting. I'm using a shopfront drawing from my shopfront challenge, printed on a 100% cold press watercolor paper. This is my go-to test for any watercolor set because it allows me to see how colors layer, mix, and interact in a real composition.
I wanted to see how the single pigment works, so I started with the building wall, applying a flat wash of the very bright yellows. And since I wasn't using wet on wet here, I wanted to see if the colors could layer on smoothly without any streaks. And it kind of worked. I think it went down quite evenly. And once it's dry, I will glaze over a blue for the shadow. For the sky, I used ultramarine and cobalt blues, and applying them using the wet on wet technique without remixing them. So both colors granulated very well. They both performed as expected, so there was no surprises here, which is a very good thing. And for the awning of the building, I wanted to mix the green, and so I decided to use the tree green, which is a multi-pigment formula. That's where the things got a little bit tricky because they end up looking kind of muddy and opaque. It's not unusable, but if you are used to cleaner green mixing, you may need to stick to single pigment greens and not use a convenient mixture like this. But that said, for a pre-mixed convenience green, I think it works very well. It's just that it's probably not my first choice for mixing or using for layering. I wanted to use a neutralized grey for the interior. So rather than using the Payne's grey, I wanted to mix browns with blue. And I picked the burnt brown and the burnt sienna. Those two colors are a little bit concerning because they're weaker on the intensity. So you got to be careful with what sort of blue you use. I would recommend mixing them with weaker blues like ultramarine, cobalt, or sea blue. If you like to use stronger blues like Persian blue or indigo, use less of it, yeah? Oh, I almost forgot to layer on the shadows for the wall. So once that yellow layer was dry, I glazed sea blue over it to test how well it layers. And the results, I think it held up nicely without lifting the base layer or turning muddy. So some budget sets struggle with layering, but this one handles glazing quite surprisingly well. It's a good sign if you like building depth through multiple layers rather than getting in all in one go. For an affordable set, the colors are definitely workable, although some pigment choices may require some adjustment for the best results. So, is Lightwish really artist grade? Well, it depends. If you're a beginner or casual painter, it's actually a pretty solid set. It's affordable, the color mix cleanly, and the transparency is surprisingly good. Honestly, it's one of the better budget sets out there. But if you are a professional or someone who relies on pigment accuracy, there are some things to keep in mind. Although they list pigment information, some of them are not accurate. There's spelling errors, there's inaccurate naming, and plus some of the color mixture are kind of unconventional, so you might get unexpected results, especially in mixing. So overall, I think it's great for sketchbook work, for travel sketching, or for experimenting because the set is compact and portable. It is in a sturdy tin and it's easy to travel with. But if you are doing serious pieces where consistency really matters, you probably want to stick to the professional brands, yeah? Let me know in the comments if you have tried Lightwish and what do you think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see similar content. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye bye!